Good morning, guys. It is day 2 of our trip down to, my trip down to Georgia. Got a good night's sleep last night after I got your video posted, and got up, got some coffee, and we are on our way to breakfast right now. So, gotta go grab some breakfast, and then gonna go over to Fort Eisenhower and see Maddie. So, that's the game plan. Found a place called the Sunrise Grill, so looks like it's about 6 minutes away, give or take. So we're gonna go grab some breakfast, and then we'll see you later, see what today holds. Well, we got a nice breakfast this morning at the Sunrise Grill. Place was packed. Nice little place, good food. We're on our way over to Fort Eisenhower. About a 20-minute, says a 20-minute drive through traffic, but we'll see. I guess. At any rate, not much happening here. We're just sitting in traffic again, and at least it's 53 degrees this morning, so it's actually pretty warm here for now. We are leaving Fort Eisenhower. Maddie has graduated from AIT and is now officially an inductee of the Signal Corps. So we are headed to grab something to eat because she's starving and would like to get something to eat off post, and then we'll take it from there. So we just exited Fort Gordon. We're out to Gordon Highway, or well, Fort Eisenhower. It is now. But the downside to being down here, well, aside from the swamp, is I see all these nice little sandy tracks like this one right over here on this hill, and man, I think it'd just be fun to go blasting through there, but I don't want to get in trouble. That, before I get this bike in the sand, I'm probably going to need a little bit knobbier tire, but you never know. We'll see how many miles I get out of these tires, and then we probably will go to something just a little bit meatier than the Michelin Scorchers that came on the bike. But the Scorchers do excellent on the highway, I will say that. So, but if you saw the video from last night, well, no, I take that back. I didn't get to put it in. Forgot to put it on the end of the video. But especially after this trip, just keep your eyes peeled, because there will be a full review on this bike now that I've actually gotten to put some long ride miles on it, and as to what I think, and if I would change anything, what it would be, and you know, what I like, what I don't like, you know, that kind of thing. All right. Well, I'm getting ready to hop back on the highway, headed west out of Agusta. I think I'm going to head toward Robinsville, North Carolina. It is 4:30 in the afternoon. We got done eating. Maddie went on her way. So I've got a couple of hours today, but I plan on getting home tomorrow. Just because there was no way I was going to make it back today, and I knew I was going to have to spend the night somewhere. So I don't really want to go back through Atlanta in the evening, and if I could take a route that puts me off the interstate, so I think I'm going to go up through the Smokies, maybe hit Tail of the Dragon or something, and just enjoy the ride. And it'd be like, I think it's like 8 hours home from Knoxville area, so depending on, it's supposed to be, thank you dude, try not to get run over here, it's supposed to be like 23-24 degrees in Robinsville in the morning, but you know what, if I stay in Robinsville, that puts me an hour out of Knoxville, and at least on the upside, that'll be slower speed riding through the mountains when it's cold out, so the wind won't be so bad, I guess. But you know, it is what it is. I dealt with it on the way down. I don't mind a little cold weather. Honestly, my choice of routes is not great, because if I go across, if I don't go up through the Smokies, if I head due west, there's no good way around Atlanta, unfortunately. There's no good bypass without hitting Atlanta traffic, so I think we're just gonna go that route and hopefully enjoy ourselves. Well, we're well off the interstate now, headed north through what appear to be a bunch of timber farms. You can see, looks like that area had been logged a couple years ago and replanted. They were actively logging an area about 2 miles back, but they're definitely timber farms, but kind of neat. Oh, eating a big meal like that make me tired. Woo. But at any rate, yeah, we're headed north across the, well, this is 4-lane, as you can see, toward Robinsville. You're gonna enjoy some of the Georgia back roads, hopefully along the way, because my next turn is in 38 miles. So, but we're moving right along. I think I'm gonna have to stop and put my warm gear. Oh, look, hay bales, little small squares everywhere. I think I'm gonna have to stop before long and put my warm gear on, because you know, I keep getting air blow right up my, cold air blowing right up my back. That's getting a bit annoying. So the two bikes that I ran into out on the highway, I think were both Dynas. They kept on going. I don't know where they were headed. So, oh hell of it. Alrighty, well, there's the timber farm for you. Now you can see what I'm talking about. All the big pines, just in the somewhat nice rows in there. They're not very thick, but they're tall. Well, it's now 5:30 p.m. Still on the same road, but I did have to stop and gear up. I was starting to get a bit chilly, and after all that food, I was getting tired, so I needed to get up and walk around a minute. But did that. Unfortunately, I didn't get it on video, but I had a close call with 3 little deer. Came around the corner, and here they are standing. But when it was 4 lanes, they were standing in the median, and I, you know, instinctively, I did what I needed to do. I got on the brakes, started downshifting, and honked, laid on the horn, and they all, two out of 3 headed the other way. The third deer started to head right for the side of my bike, and then he, I laid on the horn again, and he got the idea that it was probably not what he wanted to do. So, thankfully, he turned and went the other way as well. But you got to pay attention, because you never know what can happen, especially out here. And there again, it was an area where they were actively logging, so they probably have the area, the habitat where they've been hiding out is a bit disturbed by logging equipment. So, at any rate, oh, look at that! There's a gas station I could have stopped and geared up at, but I found there was a little church on the side of the road, so I just stopped there. There's a good enough place to pull off and put my gear on. But the only thing I didn't put on was my basically my liner pair of gloves that I've been wearing. But we'll see if I need to stop putting them on. I will, because unfortunately I've been sweating a little bit today, so my the inside of these gloves are a little bit damp, and they're windproof, so they don't dry out. They don't breathe real well. They don't dry out, but they do keep the wind off your hands, and they are waterproof if it starts raining. So, I mean, hit or miss. At any rate, not sure what this little small town is here. Yep. Oh, wrong button. There we go. There we go. So, we still have, according to the maps, 3 hours and 20 minutes till I get to Robinsville. If I get up to Robinsville, that puts me right outside the tail of the dragon. So, and there again, like I said, I don't know 100% what I'm going to do. Ooh, that's a pretty house. There have been some really pretty houses out here. Nice area, and it's not too far from Agusta. I mean, I think since my fuel stop, I've gone 60 miles roughly. So only 91 on the day so far, but that was because we did spend quite a bit of time hanging out with my daughter. So today wasn't going to be a big ride day anyway. But we did get our one dealership check-in for the day. We'll pick up a couple more tomorrow. At any rate, alright. I just figured I'd show you a bit of the countryside before the sun set. Well, that was interesting. Those two cops up there just came buzzing past. Oh shit. I got another one coming up and I got nowhere to go. Just sit here. He's coming around. Those cops were back sitting with a car. They had all the doors open in a parking lot there. It looked like an auto repair shop. I don't know if it was a chase or something and somebody dumped the car, jumped out and ran. I don't know what the deal is. But they're all headed the same way we are, so maybe we'll find out in a minute. And they're in an awful big hurry because they're definitely not waiting for the lights to turn green. So interesting. I really would. There we go. I just want to be out from behind that truck because I can't see anything through it. Alright, I got 1.3 miles till I make my turn. I'm going to get back over because it's going to be a left. Alright, well, a little excitement there. Still got about 3 hours to go. according to the 143 miles. But I guess a lot of that's going to be through little towns like this, 35, 40, 45 mile an hour speed limits. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll just enjoy the ride, right? We got two deputies up here. Apparently, I don't know. Interesting. Up there are the lights again. They're in the gas station. 3 deputies in the gas station. That don't look good. Well, here we come into Athens, Georgia. That's a pretty old courthouse. Look at those big columns. Hard to see through here, but big magnolia tree. Now that is a magnolia tree. Wow. There you go, dear. Ours isn't quite that big yet. Looks like we're headed right back into the sun again. Fun, fun. I'm glad the sun's still up, but when you're looking into it, it's just low enough where, man, it is hard to see. Well, we're out here rolling through the mountains of Georgia, Tallulah Gorge State Park. See if I can get you a shot of the gorge. Holy crap. Some bitches gotta be deep. I can't see the bottom. Anyway. It's almost dark. I've got 77 miles left to go to get me where I want to go for the night. I'm not going any farther than that. At least I don't have to find dinner because I'm still stuffed from lunch, but Tallulah River. It is pretty. I don't know how well it's showing up with the fact that it's getting dark, but real pretty scenery through here. We are officially coming up on the North Carolina state line. The reason that road started at 1 earlier is because that road, I was within a mile of the South Carolina, the line where South Carolina meets Georgia, and the road actually comes out of South Carolina. So, looked at the map a minute ago. I had to stop and warm my fingers up. Yep, here it is. State line. We're going into Macon County, South Carolina. Or excuse me, North Carolina. So yeah, we are in North Carolina now. So I have 57 miles to go for the evening. It's currently about 43 degrees. It's getting chilly. So we'll see. Get her knocked out. I got like, I don't know, 40 miles left to go, 37, and I'm on curvy road here, and I got some jackass that is just tailgating me. And the worst part is, I don't have anywhere, I haven't found any good spot where I can pull over and let his ass around. But he is right on my butt. So he's just going to have to deal with it, because this would be a beautiful ride during the day. It's apparently I'm running right along a river. The upside is I'm running slow enough that I'm actually staying warm, because this is a twisty road that I'm not familiar with, and I don't have, I will say with these lights I've got excellent visibility, but you can see I can't see real far around the corners. On the straights I got good visibility, but see, this guy will not get off my ass. Okay. Go there. There. Now I don't have him breathing down my neck. That makes me feel better. He's just going to have to deal with my lights since he wanted around so bad. But he's running off. He knows the road. I don't. At any rate, this would be beautiful scenery if I could see it. But it is a fun curvy road. So hopefully I'll be there before too long. I had to stop for a second warm up. Hit some gas because I pulled out of the, I stopped, warmed my hands up for a minute, got them nice and warm, pulled out, and the temperature must have dropped 10 degrees in the first mile or two. It was bad. Oh, see, now he just turned right there. Jeez. At any rate, but that's how you, that's one way to deal with the tailgater, guys. Pull over and let him the heck around. Because he couldn't have been more than 20 feet from the back end of this bike. It was bad. So he just wouldn't back off either. Okay, I had to bring you guys back for this, because I think this is the Moonshiner 28. Wow, that was tight, and I couldn't see it. I think I ended up on here by accident thanks to the good old Harley app, but we're just going to do what we can here. Wow. No reason to push it in the dark. It is the North Carolina 28, so I'll have to look this up and see if this has got to be one of the Smoky Mountain ride routes. But I had to bring you back to show you some of these corners, because even in the dark at slower speed, this is fun. Especially on this bike. This bike, like, the lighting is good to see these corners. Now I'm doing 20 miles an hour, but and I kicked the bike into sport mode just to stiffen the suspension up. Oh, lost my music. Hopefully I don't lose my maps. Which, it helps with the engine braking, because now I can run, I'm not even really using much brake, I'm just letting the engine do the job, and this bike is handling it great. Which is actually really confidence inspiring for being out here in the dark. I've never ridden this route before. I can only imagine what it would look like in the daylight. God, that's cool looking. Oh my gosh, I hope some of this shows up on camera, because this is absolutely awesome. Holy cow. Even in the dark. Wow, that was a fun section. I got 5.4 miles until I make my next turn. It'd be hard for you guys to see in the dark, but I'm sure you can hear, you know, riding through these corners, just be nice and smooth on your throttle. And I've had to back out of the throttle a few times, but that's where experience comes into play, because then I can use handlebar turn to actually adjust the lean of the motorcycle, because the bike, as soon as you roll out of the throttle, is going to get heavy, but it allows me to, if I have to slow down just a little bit more if I'm unsure of something. Not that I like doing that, but that and the throttle on this bike is so touchy, finding that perfect spot where you can roll through it. Matter of fact, I think what I am going to do, while I got a straight stretch here, whoop, I'm going to bump back to my highway mode just to get a little bit more subdued throttle. I'm not going fast enough where there's much benefit from a stiffer suspension, and it gives me a little bit more subdued throttle response. That way the bike doesn't feel as jumpy when I just start to roll into the throttle, which is nice in these corners in the dark. There we go. That's a lot better. That feels a lot smoother in the highway mode, because the throttle's not as touchy. I can roll in a lot easier. In the sport mode, it is really touchy, but for these slow speed curves at night, I like it, just having that more subdued throttle response is nice. All right, sorry, checking the camera right quick, make sure it's still recording. Two and a half more miles before my next turn. Stop sign. Where the fuck are my blinkers? Jeez. Right. Woo! Well, we made it. We made it to Robinsville. There's a Comfort Inn right over there. We're gonna pull in here for a minute. Oh, God. All right, I'll be back.